You're listening to the Hockey Podcast Network. New shows every day. Find us at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com or wherever you get your podcasts from.
What are we doing when Jakub Vrana comes back? Mike, Max said, easy go-to, you move Nemistikov, Vrana gets slotted in there. Number 2, you're just going to move Fabry, put Vrana at 2. Mike, the third option Max came up with, Zadina, nameless center, could be Veleno, could be Rasmussen, could be Gagne. Zadina, center, and Vrana on the third line gives the Red Wings 3 scoring lines based on the fact that Vrana could put him in last year with playing with anybody.
I mean, that's a cute idea. But part of the reason that we acquired the guy is he didn't want to be a third liner anymore. It's like, no, I'm really good at this. You should let me be on the first or second line. And then the Red Wings like, yeah, we'll do it. And he performed. So I don't put anything in. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think what Max is trying to get at is, we're going to spread the wealth a little bit, but you still want to have your good players play most of the game. That's why, Mo Seider plays 23 minutes. And our beloved, Mark Stahl only plays 10. You don't want to have Vrana in a spot where he's mad again, like he was with the Capitals. You want to give him first or second line minutes. So I get the idea of spreading the wealth, but I don't think Vrana is the sacrificial lamb for that idea. As soon as he's back, he's first or second line material. You knock everybody down a peg, and then that's when we start really filling out this team, because then we'll have these lines set up. And then these ones, we'll have a real top 6 and a bottom 6 instead of a top 3 and more of a bottom 9. So it'll really start to work out. So I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I don't think the Red Wings are in a place where the way that this team is built that we're looking to you know what, that's another thing I wanted to ask you too, is it did kind of feel like we're still playing this game of what can we do to hopefully get Zadina scoring more consistently, where again, all right, so he's got 3 points now in 3 games right now, but we know over the whole season it's been a struggle, and I'm not making the argument to get rid of Zadina, but that is kind of what that felt like to me, was just kind of forcing more of those situations. But you made the best point. Vrana wanted a better situation, and that puts him in the same exact situation that he was in Washington, while also not contending for a Stanley Cup. So how much longer do we get a happy Vrana on the ice? Because when we made him our star last year for 13 games, he turned into a star. So I think you got to treat him like a star. You got to give him first line minutes. You got to give him all the minutes in the world. And I bet, maybe there's the whole Czech connection there. And if you ask Vrana, maybe he has to say Zadina. But there's no way he's looking at this team and not licking his chops, thinking of playing with Lucas and Dylan on the first line. I don't know. Mike, you made the best point. I give it to you. But that's where I was thinking for different reasons. But you knocked it out of the goddamn park with that one. Performance art, throw it out there. He's our purest goal scorer. He absolutely is.
There's no reason to give him third line minutes. It's ridiculous.
Whoever he plays with, absolutely. He's probably going to be able to put him in the back of the net. But I do think too, there's this element of let's let him play with Zadina. We'll see if Zadina can get back on the scoring, get more consistent scoring from Zadina. But why don't we see what would happen with this first line if it was just an absolute beast with Larkin, Vrana, and Lucas, and
Yeah.
keep rolling with that second line that has some chemistry of these guys playing in the juniors together. I don't know if I need to force anything to make sure we have some scoring on the third line, the line that's going to get the third most minutes on this team, just by definition, when we could just keep rolling on the first line and giving them more minutes, giving them more opportunities, and seeing how that makes the difference.